Two friends, two time zones, and a shared love of stories.
I'm Freya.
And I'm Jamie.
Bridging time zones one chapter at a time.
Welcome to Once Upon a Time Zone. Hi everyone, welcome to Once Upon a Time Zone. In today's episode, we might get a little spicy. We might get a little feisty. I feel like our 1 hour a week episodes are generally very cozy, very positive, but we've got some serious things to talk about today. And I think overall, we're going to try and keep this episode overall positive, I think, because that's kind of what we strive to do on this internet. We want to be a cozy corner of the internet. We want to be a safe space. But today's topic is going to basically be, I guess, about the state of social media, especially BookTok, BookTube, Bookstagram, the spaces that we know. And we're going to go over some of, I guess, like our takes on what we're seeing currently on social media, things that you're probably currently seeing on social media. We're going to actually share some negative comments that we've personally received, and we're going to try and spin them into like positive comments, so kind of rewrite them to read more positively instead, but get the same point across. And then overall just try like pointers on how to try and make social media a better space for you and for everyone. So that is the topic of today's conversation. A little bit more serious, I think, than we're normally used to, but I think some things just need to be said. But first of all, before we get into that, we have some fun things to catch up on. So first of all, we do need to do current reads. I know, Freya, you've just been on a roller coaster ride. We just had a little debrief before we hit record, but please let everyone know what you just finished reading and if you've picked anything else up.
I have actually picked a book up that you'll be very excited about, but I just finished Jade Legacy by Fonda, which is the third book in the Greenbone trilogy. And I was just telling Jamie that I genuinely was an absolute emotional mess. I was like hyperventilating in the last third of this book. I didn't realize how connected I was to the characters, to the point where is one tiny thing is said or done and I lost it. I couldn't control myself. I don't think I've been like that emotional over a book in a very, very long time. So that'll be an interesting vlog to watch. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be up, but I feel like I'm gonna have to cut a lot of it out because I literally was just there like hyperventilating and couldn't get my words out.
No, we need to see that. We need to see the real we need to see the real raw reactions, please and thank you. Uncut uncut version.
I don't know that you'll be able to understand much, but anyway. The book I just picked up though last night, I'm only about 70 pages in, is A Song to Drown Rivers by Liang. Yes. Guys, okay, little context. I think it was 2 episodes ago, Jamie mentioned she was shipping something to me for my birthday. Jamie put together a Book of the Month package for me because I can't get Book of the Month. And two books. One was Wild Reverence, Book of the Month edition, which I said to her as well, I didn't realize, guys, Book of the Month literally has like their own editions of the books. They're not just hardcover books with a little like, what is it? I can't think
like
of the word.
Little like logo on it.
Yeah. And I thought it was just on the cover. But it's actually on like the naked hardcover as well, which is really cool. And then she also sent A Song to Drown Rivers. And I've been so excited to pick it up, but obviously I've been a little bit bogged down with Jade Legacy. So yeah. I feel like it's a really good one because I still wanted a fantasy book, but it's like a standalone. I feel like it's, a bit of a refreshing read after such intense political urban fantasy series. And I'm having really a lot of fun at the moment. It's very giving like kind of Rebecca Ross, but more like a River Enchanted Rebecca Ross. Like it's giving me that same like kind of whimsical, lyrical, magical feel. And I'm liking that at the moment. It's very fast paced as well. Like
it is
60 pages in and I'm already, I feel like, in the thick of the plot.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those books, it doesn't really leave you room to like feel bored or feel like it's lagging or anything. Like it just gets straight to the point. It tells you the story, but it's not like so to the point. It's still like, as you said, it is a bit flowery. It is very descriptive and whimsical, but it's just, it's really quick. It's a compact story, but it packs a punch. I can't wait to see what you think about it. I'm like kind of scared, but like I'm really excited.
It's always so scary when you like get someone who has like, you know, similar taste to you to read a book that you're obsessed with. It's always like, are you gonna love it? That's
Yeah.
like
Oh
me
my
with a lot
gosh.
of series.
The
No, I'm liking it so
suspense.
far. I'll keep you
Okay.
give you texted updates as usual.
Yes, please. Or else I'm just
But
gonna be sitting here like just like worrying, like, oh my God, she hates it. Oh my God.
what are you currently reading? I don't know this.
Okay, so I'm kind of like, I think my mood right now is probably how you were feeling yesterday after finishing Jade Legacy, because I just finished reading Lightbringer an hour ago.
Oh, only an hour ago. Oh my gosh.
I'm still a little, like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and I'm just trying to process my thoughts. Like, I feel like I'm halfway processed, but like, it's gonna be happening over the next couple of days. Yeah, I mean, it was the sixth book in the Red Rising series. It was insane. It was so emotional. It's kind of similar to the Jade Greenbone saga, the series. The characters are just so complex, and you follow them for such a long span of time that by the end of it, I mean, Lightbringer's not even the end, but like at this point, it's like you just feel like you've grown up with these characters and you've seen how they've literally changed over time in like such unpredictable ways, and how their bonds with other people have changed as well. I think that was one of my like biggest things about like Lightbringer in particular, is seeing like characters that were close when they were growing up and they're like not close anymore, and then the other way around, like characters that hated each other but now they're like literally brothers. And it's like I'm not okay. I'm not
Okay, so
okay.
we're both going to be like fragile messes on today's podcast. That's good. Good little
Yeah.
trigger warning,
With,
guys.
with this topic of conversation too, like it's already so personal to us, and then we're both just emotional wrecks
Oh,
because what we've just finished reading. Yeah, Lightbringer was so good. I also I didn't realize that Lightbringer came out in 2023. I felt like it
oh,
was a more recent release.
that's so. Wait, you've already that was a goal of yours for 2026, wasn't it? To catch up on the Red
Oh yeah.
Rising
Yeah.
saga. Oh my
Yeah.
God, another goal ticked off. Lord of the Rings
Done.
done. Red Rising
Yeah.
done.
February. We're,
Amazing.
we're just gonna
Yeah,
finish
not
everything
even 2 months
off.
in.
Yeah. I just like, yeah, the book came out in 2023 in like the summer, I think. And I'm like, I can't fathom being one of the readers who read this book in 2023 and still doesn't have read God. Because like after reading the end of this one, I'm like, it's not necessarily like a cliffhanger ending, but it's just like you want to know how these things are going to pan out. Like it's not one
Yeah.
of those really like kind of ends mid-sentence moments, but it is like, there's things that need to be done and things that need to be concluded, and it's like I can't believe that people have had to wait this long. I'm just like at this point like so grateful that Red God is in progress. There's no release date yet, but like, it's confirmed, it's actively being worked on. And I'm like, I need it right now. I need it right now. And I don't know how people have waited like almost 3 years
Oh
for
my gosh.
it.
It's giving it's like kind of Will of the Many, except that was a massive cliffhanger. But,
Mm,
you know, waiting just
hmm.
waiting like years
Yeah.
for a release in a series is painful. So yeah.
Mhm.
Hugs to whoever read that in 2023, I guess.
Literally, I'm like, I can't survive like this year until Pierce Brown announces the release date. Oh my goodness. Speaking of release dates, though, an exciting book was just announced very recently, and it's very relevant, I think, to what's going on now. But Layne Fargo announced that her next book is going to be released in 2027, and it's going to be another figure skating related book, and it's going to be called The Ice Queens. So she's described this as another like toxic, not romance story, so it seems like it's going to be a similar genre to the favorites, which sounds incredible. But this one follows, I think, two rivals. I think they're like female skaters, like single skaters, and they end up needing to pair with each other to become like the first or one of the first like female pairs or ice dance figure skaters together on a team. Yeah, I'm really excited, especially with like the Olympics happening right now and like
Oh
just
my gosh,
watching
that
skating every
was
single day. Like I need more.
perfect timing. So good. It literally, so Jamie and I recently, speaking of TV shows, like how we both don't usually delve into
Mm,
TV shows, there was one TV show that we both absolutely binged, and that was Glitter and Gold. And
yeah.
if you loved The Favorites, please go watch this because it's basically following three teams, like
Hmm.
ice dancing duos, and their journey to the Olympics, basically. And they all are incredible dancers, like ice dancers. And it's
Hmm.
like, who, I mean, now we know who won. But it was like a whole experience knowing, like actually knowing the backstory of the ice dancers. Like, because usually I'll know a little bit about them, I'll know their history, I will have seen them in last Olympic Games or something like that.
Yeah.
But like knowing their backstory and like who they are as people, I was reading hard. I was like getting, I
Yeah.
mean, it was on pretty good times for you, wasn't it? It was like midday for you.
Yeah, they usually start around midday for me and then they end around like
Yeah.
5 p.m. ish. So it just kind of
Yeah.
basically takes up my entire day. I just have it on.
Literally, I was getting up at like 5 to watch. I was like the only thing I'd ever get up that early to watch.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, speaking of Layne Fargo, if you love The Favorites, please go watch Glitter and Gold. And like, if you've been watching the
Hmm.
Olympics, what did you think? Because
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that like most ice dancing is over already.
I know. I mean, okay, so on the day we're recording this podcast, it is February 9th. So there's still a lot of the
Yeah.
Olympics to go. I think by the time this episode comes out, we'll be like nearing the end of the Olympics. But yeah, the teams competition just finished, so we know who won that. I'm, why am I trying to like not say
Yeah.
who won the Olympics?
No,
Because I'm like, I can't spoil things. I feel like my instinct is always to be like, I can't say the ending, I can't say what happens, because it's just like an instinct
literally.
when you're a booktuber or book content creator is to like
Yeah.
not spoil anything. But so I'm like, I can't say who won because it's spoilers. It's the Olympics, guys.
Yeah, we all know. I'm sure we all know.
Yeah. But the individual like events still have to go. So ice
Yeah.
dance is the first one to do their short program, which happened today, or the rhythm dance it's called, and then they have their free dance in like 2 days. And then we'll see
Yeah.
who wins that. But yeah, it's just so much more like when you can connect to them more personally or you feel more personally connected to them because you know their backstories. It's just like you get so much more stressed out for them while watching it.
Literally.
It's so good. I wonder, I think I was talking to you, like, because for the Summer Olympics 2 years ago, when, like, gymnastics was in the Summer Olympics, they did that Simone Biles documentary series, and
Yeah.
they did a couple episodes before the Olympics, and then after the Olympics, they released, like, part two that followed her actually at the Olympics and her experience and all that. So I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna do a part two for this one and like follow the aftermath of what happened. I feel like that would be really cool to watch too.
It would be so cool to watch, honestly. And like, do you get like really, really emotional when people get their like medals, by the way? Because I
Yeah.
was watching that medal ceremony and like I was like, tears were coming down. And like
Mm-hmm.
that will happen to people I've never seen before as well. Like I'll be watching an
Mm.
Olympic ceremony and I'm like, this is so, or just when people get so excited that they won, I'm like,
Mm.
you've been working your life towards this. Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
like a TikTok and it was like the Olympics is just not a great time for like empathetic people. And I
Mm,
was like,
mm, mm-hmm.
yeah, check up on your empathetic friends, guys.
We're just emotional wrecks. And like
Maybe that's
watching
why
the
we're so
Olympics
emotional at the moment.
while reading these very emotional books.
Yeah.
It's like what have we done to ourselves?
Some more exciting news though. We've had a lot, honestly. This happened,
Mm.
I think, maybe just 1.5 weeks ago. But obviously last week we had a very special guest, Emmy. So we didn't mention it, but Brandon Sanderson just signed movie rights with Apple TV
Mm-hmm.
or like film rights. I don't actually know if it was TV or film or like movies, but screen adaptation rights, we'll say.
Yeah, I feel like I heard somewhere it was going to be like high level TV series, I think.
Yeah.
Which
And
makes
what
sense because
I
that's what
heard,
Apple does well. Like they do a
yeah.
lot of good shows like that.
And I heard that Brandon Sanderson is either going to be heavily involved in the screenwriting or do the screenwriting. I can't quite remember which one, but I know he's going to be like, yeah, really heavily involved, which literally could be done no other way. I'm already so nervous. I know that this isn't going to come out for years and years, but I'm already so nervous to see. Even Mistborn is hard enough to adapt, but Way of Kings?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, yeah, they are going to do Mistborn first, and then they basically have rights to the entire cosmere. So they could go anywhere from there. I don't know. I'm feeling nervous about it. Like, my first impression was, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. But then I was like, yeah, I feel like these worlds will not ever be done justice. Like, visually,
Same.
they're just so full. Like, they're so rich. Like, especially the world in the Stormlight Archive, with how, like, rich everything is. Like, there's so many things visually going on. Like, how are you going to do Spren? Like,
Yeah.
there's literally Spren everywhere. Like, they're just pop out of nowhere whenever anyone feels any sort of emotion. And it's like,
Yep.
how are you gonna do that? Like, that you need like such a big budget. I don't even know if that would look good. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
that's
even
what
if they
I'm kind of picturing.
like, if they did it like in the right way, if they did it in the canonically I don't know, I can't say that word. If they do it in the right way, canon wise, like, I don't even know if it'll look good. It just sounds like
know,
something
I
that's
feel
good in
like-
your head.
I feel like it could look really like cringy almost. And especially for people who just decide, oh, you know, I just want to watch the TV series. I don't actually want to read the books. I think like that's a whole another thing. Like if you've read the books, you understand why Spren are there and everything like that. But I feel like if you're watching the series for the first time or whatever it's going to be, and you just suddenly see these little like fairies pop out of people when they feel a strong emotion, you'll be like, what is going on?
Yeah, also I feel like it would just be so visually overwhelming because it's not even just like it happens once to someone, very rarely, and there's just one Spren. It's like literally when anyone feels a certain type of emotion to a certain extent, there will be like at least 5 Spren that pop out.
Yeah.
So if you have like a wide shot with multiple people in it, there's always going to have to be a Spren in frame. Like, that's how it's working in my head. And I'm like, I feel like that would just be so chaotic if they did it right that way. So they would really have to change the mechanics of the world for it to work
know.
visually.
I feel like there was talks of Mistborn getting getting a video game, wasn't there, a while ago? I feel like
Yeah.
that, to be honest, I'm more inclined to, because
Yep.
that you don't have to follow the exact storyline like Hogwarts Legacy. You can be in the world, you can be a main protagonist in your own little world, but I don't know, that sits right with me. Whether it's like an adaptation makes me really nervous. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be a while until we see anything from this anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be like minimum
Yeah.
5 years, I want to say.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, those were our little fun announcements though.
Now to get into business. So I think the first thing we want to talk about is something that has been trending, unfortunately, is that in the BookTok community, especially, I want to say, there was this whole thing of like anti-intellectualism and, you know, that running rampant. And there's this whole debate of like the internet taking 2 sides. There's one side that is like books and readers are, you know, they're not smart anymore. People don't know how to read critically anymore. And, you know, I'm clearly not on that side. But then there's another side of people that are like, I just want to read for fun. And so I feel like there has just been some catfighting on the internet. And this argument really bothers me because to the core of it, this is just people trying to control what other people are reading. And I don't think that should ever happen. I think people should read whatever they want to read. And I think it's so weird because like books are something, I don't know, people view it differently or view reading differently because like for people who read for entertainment, for vibes purposes, for escapism, like a lot of people watch movies, for example, to do that, but no one will ever criticize someone for watching only one type of movie or like one genre of movie that they enjoy watching. So
Yeah.
why do people critique people, like other readers, for the types of books they read? I don't know. It just drives me crazy. And like as someone who, for myself, one of my personal goals of 2026 was to read more diversely, kind of read different genres, branch out into different things. I'm so happy to do that for myself, but I would never be like, everyone needs to branch out and read different things. And if you don't, then you're not a real reader, or you don't know how to read critically, or you're like not an intellectual. It gets me really mad.
You took the words right out of my mouth, to be honest, especially touching on like films and stuff. And look, I don't know if there's like a film talk. I'm sure there is. I sometimes get film talks. I'm sure there's like judgment that goes around there as well. But I think it's also really important to consider like people make this assumption if you read 6 romance books a month, they're going to make this assumption that like, yeah, you can't read critically, but like you have no idea what that person does during their day. Like they could be working in like an extremely like, just really intense kind of job. And at the end of the day, all they want to do is go home, have a bath, and pick up a fun cowboy romance to escape for the day and to calm your nervous system down and to like be able to sleep or something like that. Like you don't know why people read. And I think that's like to the core of it, it's just people assuming things, which I think as we get on with all of this, it pretty much that sums up a lot of the drama and the judgment that goes on in the book community is people love to make assumptions. And like 99% of the time, they're not going to be correct. And you can't pick a whole group of people and like assume that you all read for the same reason or something like that. I don't know. It really... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this got started because I feel like To the Core BookTok is such a, I don't know, it's like uplifting community and these are some great books I read if you want to read them too. And so I don't really know how
Yeah.
this
I think
started, but it's skyrocketed.
I think everyone also has to remember that like book content creators are not trying to be book critics. And I think that line gets really fuzzy sometimes with people, and that's not understood. Like a lot of us, yeah, we love to read. We review books because, when you consume any type of a media, you're going to form some sort of opinion on it. But I feel like people expect every book content creator to be a critic. And like none of us are claiming to be critics. We're just readers and we're sharing our experience. And for the most part, it's such a positive experience. It's like an online book club. It's like having a book club where you can share your thoughts and then anyone can join in on the conversation in the comments, or they can make their own videos, and you can watch other people's videos and you get other people's opinions on books that you've read as well. It's fun, guys. It's fun. And like, yeah, we dive deep into themes and we can pick apart books and we can have bad reviews and good reviews, but at the end of the day, like we're reading because we love to read. So like why are we judging people for what they are reading? Like there are definitely genres, for example, that I don't love reading, but I'm never going to judge someone else for loving dark, spicy romance. I don't care. Like, if you want to read dark, spicy romance, I literally love that for you. Like, I love that you're having a good time. I'm not going to pick up that book, but I don't care that you're reading that book. And I think I've seen people get mad at this too, because then they say, like, the level of books that are being published now, the quality of them aren't as good anymore, and like more copy paste or like junk food books are being published now. But like, that's nothing new. This like romance books, for example, have been a major part of the publishing industry for so long. That is nothing new. I think like, yeah, there's always going to be quote unquote junk food books that are on top bestseller lists or whatever, or in the bookstore. There are like BookTok tables now. If you don't like those tables, just walk past them. Just don't look at it. Walk to the genre that you enjoy, because there are still so many quality books being published. Like I think the argument that only bad trashy books are being published now is a little bit silly, because it's just completely false. Like there are so many quality books being published. Like And if you can't find them, or if you're not seeing them on TikTok, I think you need to fix your algorithm. And that's another thing that we need to get into, is people like to hate watch things. And that is one of the biggest problems, I think, because I mean, I hope anyone who's listening to this episode is not one to hate watch a video, but if you're going to hate watch a video, like let's say, I mean, romantasy is being just like, hated on these days. If you're going to watch a lot of romantasy videos and you're going to keep watching them because you like to hate watch and you're going to leave negative comments and interact in a negative way, that counts as engagement. So if you watch that entire video and you're like, oh, I hate this, and then you scroll and the next video is also a romantasy video and you're surprised at that, I don't know what to say to you. You shouldn't be surprised at that, because you are literally telling your algorithm to give you more romantasy videos by engaging on that video. So if you think that BookTok is, only romantasy or only romance, that's a you problem, because my BookTok is so diverse and it's not that hard to change your algorithm. Like for example, can watch, I mean, I think everyone can maybe relate to this, or most people, but like I can watch a video of like Courtney Cook eating a sweet potato with a piece of cheese stuffed in it. And then my next 20 videos will be random people eating sweet potatoes with a piece of cheese stuffed in it. And I'm like, that is so easy to just like immediately steer your algorithm to another direction. So if your algorithm isn't looking very good, and this is pointer 1 for how to make social media a better space for you, look up 1 or 2 videos, like look up 1 or 2 topics of things you want to see, watch like 2 TikToks or shorts or reels or whatever platform you're on, watch 2 of them. And your algorithm is immediately changed. Like, it's very, very easy. So,
like the not interested button. I do that all the time. If I see something that I don't want to be seeing, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not interested in this. Let's move on. And I don't know how that's so hard for some people to do.
I know. I think, like, the thing is, people thrive on negativity on social media, and I've noticed this. Like, for example, a very clear example is at the beginning of this year, when we were all doing our wrap-up content and everything, I made 2 short-form videos. One was my top 10 reads of the year, and one was my worst 10 reads of the year. My top 10 reads of the year videos on every platform I posted on, so that's YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, did like normally, I think, in terms of performance, reached a regular amount of people that my content normally reaches. On every platform, on all 3 platforms, my worst 10 books of the year video reached like over 100,000 views, which is like a lot for me for shorts, because like I don't really do shorts too often. And the fact that on every single platform, I posted 2 videos identical, literally almost identical, where I was just like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, showing my worst reads and my best reads. And the worst reads is the one that performed like exponentially better on every single platform. Just says, it says something about what we
really, really does
look for on social media. And like, yeah, we've all been there. We all love to be haters sometimes, but I think some people can take hating too far. And that's the problem.
That's a really big line. Speaking of like performance-based videos, when you're talking about books you love versus books you hate, when I was first kind of building my BookTok specifically community, all my videos that went well were either yes, no, maybe videos, like yes, no, maybe to these popular series. And like if I would say no to a very popular series, immediate like skyrocketing views, or my popular books I didn't like. And since then, I don't think I've done a video like that, or at least a popular books like I didn't like, for I want to say a year now, purely because that comment section got me bad. There were so many times when I have had to turn off comments on videos, because it just, when you're a smaller creator as well, like, we're still quite small creators in the scheme of things. You see every single comment. Like, there is not a comment that goes by that you don't see. And so when that's negative upon negative upon negative, making assumptions about you because you said this, making like all the way to like personal assumptions or appearance-based assumptions, like things like that, it can take a crazy turn. And if you get on the wrong algorithm of people, then you're just kind of, you're done from there. So
Yeah.
there are definitely ways. And like whenever I don't like a book, I will always express that I don't like that book. But you can, and also I want to say that when we express that we don't like books, we're never like, this is the worst book I've ever read. This deserves 0 stars. This is awful. Like I usually would like explain why I don't like it and explain that it's just not for me. Like personally, my kind of reading taste doesn't align with this kind of book. I always explain myself. And then like, so it's not like I'm hating disrespectfully towards it. I'm just saying my opinion on it. And as you said, you consume media, you're going to have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Which kind of also, yeah, I don't know. Oh my God, my brain's like spiraling now.
There are so many thoughts.
Like,
I will say,
trying to get them all.
There is one book that I have read and I've been like, this is the worst book I've ever read. But I would never be like, if you read this book,
Yeah.
you are a bad reader or you are a bad person. Like I would never go to that next step, which I think is a step that some people do take. And it's just a little bit too aggressive. I think maybe this is a good segue though, like speaking of comments, to get into our comment section and share some negative comments that we've received.
I have I've just kind of summarized 1 or 2 that I've received because as I said, I haven't posted like a video that's like rage baited anyone in a long time. And the ones that I have posted, I literally deleted all the comments and I blocked all the comments and I turned off comments. So I have 1 or 2 to share that have just been commented on random things, like not even negative videos, but obviously we have a prime example for both of us, I fear, that we have mentioned once or twice.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we've just kind of been ranting so far. We're going to try and turn this into a positive section. It's going to be negative, but also like, I don't know, like just try and like figure out ways how to spin these comments into like a more positive tone. So, oh gosh. This first one that I screenshotted, so this is one of the many comments that was on our infamous plane ship Brandon Sanderson video that brought out all of the angry Brandon Sanderson, mostly male fans.
Yeah.
And so this comment says, if this is rage bait, then well done. But if not, then sweetie, go read your porn books you think is fantasy writing. Us intellectuals will stick to Brandy Sandy. So, multiple things that are wrong with this one. Number 1, this commenter clearly didn't watch till the end of the video because I love Brandon Sanderson and overall the video was a positive take on Brandon Sanderson's writing. It was maybe just a different take than what this commenter expected. Number 2, because he thought that I didn't like Brandon Sanderson's writing, which I do, he immediately went to attacking my personal taste without even knowing what type of reader I am. And that was what you were kind of saying. People like to assume things about people after seeing like a 5-second clip of them and not even watching the full video. So immediately thought that I only like reading porn books, which is so funny because who doesn't like smut? Me. So completely false. And then also at the same time, basically inferring that I am not an intellectual, but he is. And, you know, leaving the intellectual books like the Stormlight Archive to him. So, I mean, this comment really shouldn't have been left, but if I'm going to spin this into a more positive comment, I would say this person could have just said, hey, I don't really agree with your take. Do you love fantasy? Or like, what other fantasy books have you read? You know, like if you want to actually have a discussion with someone, ask a question. Be open to conversation. You don't have to immediately go into like insults and assuming things about people. That is one of the things I think that ends up the most horribly in comment sections is when people start assuming things to people.
Yeah.
Also, don't call people sweetie.
That is so degrading.
So degrading. And you know what the thing is? I think we were talking, we were kind of chatting about this, I think last week. I don't remember if it was like on camera or off camera, but we were saying like there are some days where we just leave negative comments and we're like, we'll just let them assume what they want to. But then on days where like, let's say our hormones are raging, we will feel the need to respond, whether to like prove ourselves. Because like a lot of the time it's like, I just don't want to be misunderstood. And a lot of the time it is a misunderstanding and people just not knowing who I am. So I did actually reply to this one and I was like, watch the end of the video. Please don't be sexist. And please don't assume all female readers just like porn books. And please, don't whatever. This person had the audacity to say he didn't comment this because I was a female reader, and he was like, don't make yourself like a victim because like this isn't about you being female. And I was like, if I was a male reader, would you accuse me of only liking porn books? And would you call me sweetie? If I was a male reader. So I was immediately like
how did he make that worse? How did that
he dug himself into a deeper hole. Yeah. So like if you
laugh at it now, but
no,
when
yeah,
you get
but
those comments,
it affects you, and it's like like we have such a good community on the internet, especially here on the podcast. Like it's absolutely incredible, so positive for the most part. But it's like you'll get 1,000 good comments, and then you'll get one bad one, and that bad one is truly the one that sticks with you for the rest of the day. And as strong as you like train yourself up against it, and as hard as the walls you put up, it'll still affect you. Like we're all humans. And so I think my best tip for commenters is, if you wouldn't say this to someone to their face, don't comment it.
Yeah.
Like if you're about to post a comment, reread it and be like, would I, if I was looking at this person in the face in person, would I say this to them? I don't think this person would say this to me. There's no way. If you would, that's a whole other problem. But
like it's hard with those kind of comments because there's not really a wonderful way you can spin it. Like, to be honest, that is a pretty degrading comment to put, and I don't know what, like, because it's really hard to, I don't leave hate comments, so it's really hard sometimes to try and like understand where they're coming from, because you're like, I would never see two girls talking about this series, watch 5 seconds of it, comment this really hateful thing. I don't know, maybe in their minds it's not that hateful and it's not that, that's just how they comment things, and like, I don't know. But it can be really difficult to put yourself in their position and be like, try and see where they're coming from. But that comment made me so mad. Because like, obviously it's on our podcast. So I've been seeing all these comments, and because Jamie's been like in that video, you're the one primarily speaking. It's your theory you're talking about. And I talked about this, it was kind of a tiny segue, but like in the point of assuming things about people, I talked about this in my recent video actually, when I was ranking ACOTAR, Court of Thorns and Roses. So during that time in the podcast, A Court of Thorns and Roses was behind you, and I think I had like Binding 13 and everything behind me. The amount of comments, and like there's too many to read, but the amount of comments that would see our bookshelves, see us talking about a book that they couldn't see on our bookshelves, and that, you know, it just so happened in our frame there was a lot of romance books, there was a lot of romantasy books, because that was literally your romantasy shelf, your Sarah J. Maas shelf. And they instantly assume these things. Also, I feel like 90% of those people wouldn't have read Court of Thorns and Roses. And when I was talking about this in my video, I was like, in that series, there are definitely some smutty scenes, but there is so much more plot, politics, action than there is romance. Like, you're definitely rooting for the romance. Like, I love it for the romance, don't get me wrong. But I hate that there's this, I don't know, these conceptions like attached to this series now, that if you're reading that, it's just like fey smut, which it isn't. Like, there's definitely a strong line of romance, but there's so much plot to it. There's such a wonderful world to it. Like, we love it because of that. And yes, the romance, great. Like, we love it because of the world it creates and everything. And I hate that. Same with Fourth Wing. There are so many, like, I don't know, preconceived ideas, I guess, that are attached to these books when you haven't even read them. And I think that really, really bothered me in that thing as well. Just people
Yeah.
making assumptions based off what was on your bookshelf. And if they'd seen
Yeah,
your other
and like
bookshelf, would that have been a different situation? I don't know.
yeah, it's like you just haven't seen that side of my bookshelf. You're just like assuming things based on what's literally just behind me.
Yeah.
And like I hate to admit this, but like I rearranged my bookshelf very shortly after those videos started going viral because I just felt so affected by it. Like I was being I was being attacked on the internet for having ACOTAR behind me. So I did move it to a less visible spot on my shelf, and it's not because I'm ashamed of liking ACOTAR as a series. It's because I just don't want the hate. It's like I
It's
just
just
want
easier
to
to avoid.
avoid yeah, I want to avoid that situation happening again where people start attacking me because the books behind me on my shelf are the neon or whatever they were calling it, like, oh, the highlighter fairy books. I'm
Yeah.
like, I just want to avoid that negative energy, like, really. So it
Mm-hmm.
just sucks because it is a series that I do love, and I can't, I don't feel confident displaying them prominently on my shelf because I don't want to get bullied off the internet. And like, it's just not worth fighting for, like,
Yeah.
which is
And
so
you can't reply
sad.
to every single comment. Like, and days
Mm-hmm.
there are going to be days that you're not going to have energy and you can't explain yourself. And when you're getting like close to 100 comments a day on a viral video, you can't spend your day replying to and explaining
Yeah.
yourself to every single person. It's so, yeah, it
Yeah.
does kind of, and it sucks. Like, I just hate that so much is attached to popular series like that. And I think that's one thing, the whole anti-intellectualism and like the judgment on BookTok has really
Mm.
like long-term effects of it in it, and
Yeah.
it's reached a whole community of people that really don't understand it, like who haven't read romantasy books and are just taking this one little seed of an idea of what they are and
Mm-hmm.
putting that to every romantasy book.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Do you have a comment to share though? Or a summary of a
I have
comment?
like this one I actually deleted as well, but it has stuck in my brain for a long time. I think it
No.
happened like mid last year, I want to say, and it
Mm.
was my video of my actually, can I just say for some reason a 6-star rating is super controversial. I realized that this year, primarily on Bookstagram. I have this video, and they're not like hate comments in a way, but like saying like 6-star read apparently is really controversial. People are like, you need to adjust your rating system if you think these books are 6 stars, just rate them 5 stars. And like I would explain myself being like, I've read like 90 books so far this year. These are just ones that I think really stand out amongst those 90, and it's really hard to rate like them 5 stars when they are better than some of the 5-star books I've read. And like people
Mm-hmm.
just can't deal with that. Anyway, but it was on, speaking of 6 stars, it was on a video I posted last year about my 6-star series, I think I called it, or like my God tier series that I absolutely love. And somebody, a man, commented along the lines of, why would I listen to this Barbie doll comment on Very Smart Books when you haven't read such and such? And to me, the thing that stuck with me was the Barbie doll comment, because that had absolutely nothing to do with the series that I was talking about. That had
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to do. I'm so sorry I'm blonde. Like, I don't know what you want
Oh
me to
my
say,
God.
but talking about people assuming things, like there is, I'm the same. I don't really read a lot of smut and stuff. Like I love a good, we all know we love high fantasy. And I love all those kind of books that they love as well, but they wouldn't assume that because I look like a Barbie doll. I don't know. It's just
Oh my
like it's just
gosh.
those little tiny comments when they comment on your like when they comment on my appearance and the video has nothing to do with my appearance. It's not even a get ready with me. It's not a day in my life. Like they're literally watching me for a minute talk about my favorite series, and like they feel the need to do that. Like it blows my mind because that would never cross my mind. If you're going to comment, I was like, at least comment hate about the books. Don't don't
Yeah.
comment on other people. But I've definitely received a lot worse. But as I said, that was kind of primarily on BookTok. And if you go back to like my most popular videos, half the time you'll see that I've turned off the comments on a lot of them.
Mm.
Because when I was like brand new to the internet, I had no idea how to deal with these. Like I was getting a viral video and I was so excited. And then suddenly all these hate comments were coming in. Or people hating on you for liking a particular book, and then you don't like this book, and they're like, well, you clearly have shocking taste, but they say it in a lot meaner ways. It's just, yeah, the assumptions that are made are crazy. And I feel like, sadly, being a girl talking about boy books, if you want to call it that, like, you know how there's like that whole preconceived, that's what people in our comments say, and I'm like, that's not a thing. Like, that's not a thing. One thing I love about Mr. Brandon Sanderson is when he came out saying that he was reading Beach Read by Emily Henry, and somebody was like, why are you reading that? That's a girl book. And he was like, let's not genderize books, guys. You know, books are gender neutral. Anyone can enjoy these books. I'm just reading a book by a fellow author. And I was like, that's how you respond to it.
All of these male Brandon Sanderson fans that commented on the Plain Chip video, please watch Brandon Sanderson, your hero, say that. Maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Yeah, I think I've heard Pierce Brown say something similar to that in a video too. He's just like, I don't believe in boy books and girl books. Like, they're all just books written by people. It's like, why are they girl books and boy books?
Literally, and people like Emily Henry, yes, she writes love stories a lot of the time, but her writing in itself, I feel like if you're an author, you can really appreciate the way she builds characters and creates like this depth to her characters and brings you on this emotional journey in a 300-page book. Like, that's a skill in itself. Yeah, it's quite crazy how big a role, I guess, gender can play in the BookTok community. And I don't think that should be, at the end of the day, if you disagree with my opinions, I guess how he could rephrase that better, just comment on the books. I don't care if, like, I get comments every single day that are quite disrespectful, but they're commenting on the books. They're not commenting on how I look. Like, I don't like this book, therefore my taste is terrible and I'm never going to trust you and I'm going to unfollow you, everything like that. Like, just comment on the books. You're like, feel free to express your opinion in the comments. Go for it.
Yes. Yeah.
But don't comment on my appearance. And same with you. Like, don't make these assumptions about us because of what's in our bookshelves.
Yeah.
Like, literally, keep it straight to the facts.
Completely. Feel free to disagree. That's what reading is all about. You know, we all have different opinions. We're all free to express them. But some things should just really not be expressed. Like, and that includes assumptions on people based on their appearance, their gender, whatever. It's just not okay. You should not do that. Like, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah. That actually kind of feels therapeutic to get that out, to be honest.
This is basically just one big therapy session for the both of us.
It really
is. We're just, like, airing out our feelings on the internet. So I hope this is, like, somewhat enjoyable to listen to. It's probably not, so I apologize. We'll try and get back to the cozy vibes next week.
We will.
But, like, I feel like we needed this. I feel like we needed to do this. Could it have been a private call? Probably. But also I feel like it is important.
Let's be honest.
This has happened. Just in private. This is just our first time doing it and posting it to the public. But I do think, like, some of the things are just, like, good reminders for everyone. And again, I think everyone in our community, like, we're not the ones leaving these comments and leaving this negative energy. So thank you guys for being so wonderful. But hope maybe this will be helpful for someone.
To us, this is just like us ranting to a friend at the moment, because our community is insanely good. And that kind of, like, is a good segue as well to, like, the difference between the different, I guess, your different channels, but also different platforms, because the different platforms, there's a big difference. Even in different content types, like long form content versus short form content, very, very different audience. My long form content audiences, whether it's here or on my channel, I love you guys. I love you guys so much because you take time. Like, you click on a long form video, you take time to watch it, then you can comment and, like, you can leave your opinion. And I get people in my comments being like, oh, interesting, you liked that book, I really didn't enjoy it. And I'm like, so fair.
Great.
Like, great. And they did it respectfully and they did it nicely and I could have a conversation with them about it. Like, it's a very, very stark difference between the different platforms. And for a while, Bookstagram was okay for me, but then I feel like as soon as you post a reel, I feel like when reels were introduced,
the reels are bad,
Yeah, that's when it started to get a little bit scary.
I think BookTube is the best. I think it is the best. And like Spotify, for example, because we do get Spotify
Yeah.
comments. It's all positivity over there. Like, I think if someone were to ever like take the effort to write a negative Spotify comment, like, what are you doing? So Spotify is like 100% great. YouTube is like 95% great, I want to say.
Yeah.
BookTok is the quickest to spiral. And Bookstagram, unfortunately, I mean, maybe it's just based on our personal experience, but I feel like Bookstagram is the most sexist for some reason.
I feel like Bookstagram has a very specific, like, I don't know whether the algorithms are different, but on BookTok, I feel like you can get a whole bunch of people. Like, you can get, like, it's going to lots of different algorithms. Whether on Bookstagram, I feel like it's very, you get on this one type of user, I want to say. And, like, then you're stuck on it. Like, it's just boom, 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 and you cannot escape those people. And it's like, it sucks because you're like, I want to be sharing this with, like, like-minded people. Whereas, Bookstagram, I don't know, maybe it's because, like, Instagram's an older platform as well. Like, obviously, it's been around for a lot longer, so more people have it. And there's, like, lots of different generations on there as well. Whereas TikTok as a whole is, like, a newer platform, obviously. So I think that probably has something to do with the different communities over there. And, like, when we talk about this, by the way, just a little, if you follow me on all of these things, like, majority of my comments are wonderful as well. As we said, it's going to be the one out of 1,000 comments you get. Like, I love my communities everywhere, and especially I love the fact on Bookstagram you can post stories and have those little mini conversations throughout the day or show you your mini updates throughout the day. I love BookTok because I can literally just post as many videos ranting about books as I want to, and it feels like almost like a diary, like a scrapbook journal or something for me, where I can just post what I want on there. But obviously, I feel like it just comes with a larger audience than BookTube does.
Yeah. I think, like, overall, with just, like, the community, like, Bookstagram, I think, is strong in that way because there's also, like, DMs and stuff. Like, there's just better ways to interact with everyone, like, with the stories, and then being able to comment on stories or, like, DM from stories. And then even, like, the interactive stuff, like, if you do a poll or, like, a question box and you can get, like, questions submitted, like, there's just a lot more interactivity on Bookstagram. So I feel like Instagram's really fun in that way. And I think also lends itself to be very good for smaller book communities too. Like, I have a lot of friends kind of like in person who have Bookstagram accounts, but like, even if they're not trying to like make money off it or like get followers or anything, I think it's just like a nice, fun way to like share your book reviews. And like, if you have your 5 friends that follow you, it's just like so much fun in that way. I feel like Bookstagram has that wholesome side to it that I think is just absolutely lovely. So I think Instagram has that going for it, where I think that's a little harder to do on like TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah.
So Instagram, I feel like, is just like, it adds that personal touch, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, and I feel like as well, I talk about this all the time too, because when people learn what I do and I have to explain it, and I'm like, they're like, oh, what's your favorite platform? And I'm always like YouTube, but then Instagram closely follows that. Yeah, because of the community you can create on it. And I think one of the biggest differences for me is when you log on to Instagram, you're scrolling on your home feed, people you follow, people you want to see. Whether it's on TikTok, you automatically get opened on your For You page. And you're just getting like, it's kind of, it doesn't come as like a naturally, I want to say, to interact with people you know. Like, you have to like click over to different tabs to see your friends and everything like that, or people you're following and stuff. Whereas on Instagram, you're automatically just seeing the people you're following and your friends and everything like that. It just kind of, adds that personal, stronger kind of sense of community to it. And you're right, like, I have so many Bookstagram friends from like mainly across Australia as well. And I'm always like, oh yeah, my friend. And they're like, how'd you meet? And I was like, haven't met, but
But we're friends.
I talk to them all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And that does happen on Bookstagram, I feel like, more than any other platform. So, I mean,
I guess they all have
Bookstagram's
their
got a
pros
lot
and
going
cons.
for it. Yeah. Yeah, they all have their pros and cons. I feel like BookTok is best for like discovery, like whether it's you reaching people or you as a viewer discovering new things. I think BookTok is the best for that. And then Bookstagram has the community to it and interactivity. And then BookTube, I think, just like you have the most space to actually get your opinion out, I think, or like to
Yeah.
to connect more because you can say more. And I feel like we can all kind of like get to know each other more on BookTube. Like with our episode we recorded with Emmy last week, we were all just like, yeah, like this is the first time we're all talking together like in live time, but it feels like we've already done this with each other so many times because we all watch each other's videos, and it just felt so like, I already know you. Like you're always here on my screen, and now you're here again.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really like, oh, it's such a unique experience and I feel like people who know me on YouTube, like they see all the weird kooky kind of sides to me and how my brain processes things, and like you just know me more to my core, whereas people who know me just from like short form content, obviously it's harder to gauge what
yeah.
I'm like and like what I actually, how I experience these books and everything like that. And I think it's also fun to see whether, again, like I love BookTok. It's like where I started, so always going to have a special place in my heart for it. But it's very different to be like, yeah, I didn't like this book, blah, 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 to watching someone like read through the entire book, start by going, yeah, I'm like excited about it, then go, oh, I'm not sure about this bit, oh, I kind of like this bit, but oh, like watching their journey reading it is a
Yeah.
whole different experience to like, it's like a review in itself.
Yeah, like
So,
instead of
yeah.
just like the one or two sentences of like a quick book talk review at the end,
Yeah.
it's like you get more of the whole ride. Yeah, that's so much more. That's why I love reading vlogs. Like you
know.
really see the whole thing because like yeah, someone can really have a great time at the beginning and then be like, and then like it'll grow
literally.
again, and yeah, seeing that whole journey is fun. I feel like we got a lot off our chest though.
Yeah, I feel like, and we have, I guess, given like tips for like how to make it a more positive space. But again, I feel like it's not really you guys who need to hear this.
guys are
It's more
fine.
just like,
Yeah.
it's more just
If
like in
anyone who
general, I
like
guess.
I guess if anyone who is listening who is not a regular listener, I guess like to summarize things, like I think we've kind of talked about them throughout the episode, but like number one, if your algorithm is not doing it for you and you're getting book recs that you're feeling tired of, change up your algorithm. Search up, maybe like search your favorite book or your top 3 favorite books and watch TikToks about your top 3 favorite books, and chances are you'll start
Yeah.
getting recs that are similar to those books, or like that readers who love those books also loved, other books. So that's a way to make the space better for you. If you are one of the types of people to like hate watch or even like leave a negative comment, reread your comment. It's like do a little self-editing before you publish. Reread your
Yeah.
comment. Ask yourself, would you say this to someone in front of their face? If you wouldn't, rewrite it. Reword it. You can get the same point across. I think that's what we're trying to say. You can disagree. You can debate, but do it without insults. Do it without a condescending tone. Because I think people also like love bomb each other with like fake positivity too a lot in comments. And they'll be like, no, like, what are you talking about? I never hated on you. I was just saying all nice words. But it's the tone, and yeah, it's hard to get tone through comments, but like you can tell when someone is being sarcastic or condescending or whatever, and that that irks me even more than just like the outright aggressive people is the ones that are like trying to be like like smiley face, like hope that helps.
Yeah.
That just triggered something in me. The whole like hope this helps thing.
Literally,
Guys,
if you want to know where this has been coming from, by the way, literally go to our Instagram or actually pretty much any platform, but mainly our Instagram on like the podcast Instagram. Look at any of the comments in the Brandon Sanderson video, and you will understand where this is all coming from, because I have never seen a comment section that brutal before. And yeah, and I feel like it just like triggered, I don't know, it was a whole thing. And also I did want to say, as we're closing out this episode, if you're a creator and you go through this, if you go through getting like bad comments and getting like assumptions made about you and everything like that, please know you're not alone, and you're allowed to feel pretty like hurt and degraded by these things. Like it's a very, very valid human reaction. you're totally okay to feel it. It is like important to try and obviously put it behind you. But like, I totally understand that at times it can be really hard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so just, yeah, you're very, and also you don't deserve it. Like, I guarantee you don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it. It's someone misunderstanding you. It's some like
Yeah.
random weirdo with no profile picture and their username is like user 345724.
Yeah.
You're better than them. You're showing your
Really,
face.
truly.
You're showing your
Yeah.
face. You're being your authentic self. That is like already 25,000 steps ahead of the random anonymous
And
commenter.
sharing an opinion on social media. Scary thing to do. Very scary thing to do.
Scary. Fun, very rewarding, but scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But,
On
yeah.
that note, I think that wraps up our therapy session for today. So thanks for coming
Thanks
along
for being
with
our
us.
therapist.
We'll have a fun episode next week, I think. What is next week's episode? Should we guys give you just like a sneak peek?
Just to like give you a happy one.
It's going to be a fun one, actually, because we're going to be talking about spicy books that we actually liked as non-spice lovers.
Speaking of, that's pretty funny. That goes pretty well.
That goes pretty well with the, yeah. Okay, I like that. So, something to look forward to next week, I hope.
If you need book recs.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to us vent today. If you guys have been hurt by social media, honestly, feel free to reach out, comment, DM us. Always here to help you guys. You guys support us all the time, so we're always here to support you as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was today's big venting session. But if you guys are still here listening to the end, thanks for listening wherever you are in the world or whatever time zone you're in.
Until next time, stay comfy and keep reading.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on socials for more bookish content.
Bye, guys. See you next week.